Assalamu alaikum students. Today we will learn about impulse. So before starting impulse, we should know about momentum. We have already learned about momentum. If we don't know about momentum, we cannot understand impulse. So momentum is the product of mass and velocity. So just a review of the momentum. The product of mass and velocity is called momentum. And momentum, the formula for momentum is equal to mass times velocity, like this. And now we want to write this in the symbolic form. So we can say that momentum is equal to, actually the symbol for momentum is P. So P is equal to mass times velocity. This is the formula by which we will calculate the momentum of an object. So mainly it is depending upon mass and velocity. From the formula, the SI unit of momentum, P means momentum, is mass is kilogram and then velocity is meter per second. So kilogram meter per second is SI unit of momentum. It's a vector quantity because velocity is vector. So overall effect of momentum will also become it will become vector, because in the formula velocity is vector. So it's a vector quantity. So this is momentum. Now if you want to learn about impulse, so actually impulse is product of, now we see what do we mean by impulse. To understand impulse, we will start the understanding by an example. For example, there is a car, and this car is moving at, it has some mass m, and it's moving at initial velocity vi, you can say. So it will take some time. Then what you did, you press the accelerator. When you will press the accelerator, then the engine of the car will exert some force over the period of time, and then after that time the car has its new velocity, because we press the accelerator and the force exerted over some time. That's why its velocity will be now greater than vi, and we can say that is now vf. The mass will stay the same. So actually what happened, force exerted over a time, that actually that caused the increase in momentum, or that produced change in momentum. This concept is called impulse. So actually impulse is product of when a force acts over a period of time that causes change in momentum. change in momentum. This effect is called, this is called impulse. Now there are many other examples. For example, if you hit a ball with a bat for a short time, then it will produce an impulse because the momentum is changed. Now this is now the formula for momentum. Impulse. Impulse is equal to force into, actually this is delta t, it's the time for which the force acts. This is the force, and here is the time for which the force is acting, that is this time. So if you multiply force with time, you will get impulse. And symbol of now you see here I am writing quantity and symbol here. Here what is the quantity? Impulse is the quantity. What is the symbol? Symbol is J, or sometimes we write it like this. So whatever you like, you can use J or IMP. Then there is F, stands for force, and the symbol is F, and delta T is the time for which our force is acting. Actually it's called the time of impact of force. So this is actually time of impact of force, and this is delta T or simple T. This is force. So in now the equation in the symbolic form, the equation will become IMP is equal to force into time. Now we are using just IMP. This is delta T and this is F. Sometimes, or we can say J equal F into delta T. Now whatever you like you can use, because these two symbols are for impulse. And we have a triangle also for this formula that will make it easy to understand. I am writing here J equal force times delta T or simple T, doesn't matter. You can write one more thing. Is it a scalar quantity or a vector quantity? If you want to see is it a scalar or a vector quantity, then you have to go to the formula. What is the formula for impulse? Impulse equal force times delta T. Now this force is a vector quantity, time is a scalar quantity, so overall effect of impulse will be, it's a vector quantity. So impulse is a vector quantity. So what we write here, important, that impulse is a vector quantity. Impulse is a vector quantity. Now I will do one example. Also we should know the SI unit of impulse. What will be the SI unit? SI unit of impulse. SI unit of impulse. If you see the formula, force is Newton and time is seconds, so Newton second. Impulse is Newton seconds. One more thing I want to tell you, that this momentum and impulse, they have the same concept, and these units, impulse and momentum, have same units, because kilogram meter per second is the unit of momentum. So these two are equal. Actually what I want to say, that kilogram meter per second is equal to Newton second, means you can use kilogram meter per second or Newton second as a unit of momentum or impulse. Both are same. So the unit of impulse or momentum, wherever you are writing kilogram meter per second, you can write Newton second, or Newton second you can replace it by kilogram meter per second. These two are equivalent. I'll do one question. Um, for example, the engine of a car exerted a force of 100 Newton for 6 seconds. Find impulse. Find impulse. Very simple. Make the list of the provided things, quantities. How much is the force? That is 100 Newton. Now, for how long the force acted? That time is, or change in time, that is equal to 6 seconds. Find the impulse. So J is needed. J means impulse is needed. Secondly, you have to, after this you have to write the formula. J equal force times the time. It's very simple question. Force is 100 Newton, then multiplied by the time, that will be 6 seconds, then 100 times 6 will be 600 Newton second. This is the answer. Okay. Now you can solve all the questions which are on the school portal for impulse. Hopefully now you will be having a good understanding. So inshallah in the next lesson I will explain about impulse momentum theorem. Okay.